We had an emergency agenda item added to the agenda, and that was support for HR 31. And I'm going to call John Lloyd up to tell us about this. No words, just a map.
I did go. So they have something done there yet. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council.
Can you speak a little louder?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is John Lloyd. I'm here for the EVMWD to discuss HR 31. The Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District has developed HR 31 as part of their recycled water facility. We're trying to install additional recycled water facilities in this area. HR 31, if you can see from the map, which I'll go over with the audience later to talk about it, shows the existing blue line, which is the Eastern Municipal Water District's recycled water line that we have put in place down Palomar, you'll remember, and there's the pump station right next to the cemetery. In order for us to use it, we have to tie on at the turnout there at the pump station. And then from tying on there, we can get to the elementary schools, the junior high, the local community schools, plus some of the parks. And HR 31 is to obtain money from the federal government in matching funds between them and the state to install the pipeline necessary to get to the listed sites, which are David Brown, Donald Brown, Elsinore High, Gene Heyman School, the Railroad Canyon Elementary School, Wildemar Elementary School, Lake Elsinore Summerhill Park, the Diamond Stadium, Wildemar Cemetery, St. Francis of Rome Church, and the California Lutheran High School, as well as there's several dozen other spots that are in similar areas to those that can be tied on different parks and things. So the funding that we're requesting would allow us to use reclaimed water instead of using potable water, which is half the price, and with the drought that we're going through, is a major benefit to the community. What I'm asking for, what the EVMWD is asking for, is just a simple letter stating that you are behind the use of recycled water in the community, and you are hopeful that HR 31 will pass so that the community can benefit from the recycled water. Any questions?
Are there any questions for John?
I don't have questions, but I have comments.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable signing. I don't want anything signed on my behalf unless I've read what HR 31 is. You ask the government for funding, there's all that. I don't know what, I mean, you've given us a location of sites, running water lines. Are you talking about construction on the road in Wildemar to put these water lines in?
Yes.
You're talking about digging up the roads and installing separate water lines?
The purple pipe for reclaimed water.
Okay, all these sites are schools. We have that reclaimed water plant that was put into our community without any acknowledgement or that we had a community here. They went direct, I don't know who they went to, who the water district went to. I assume they went to the county.
Eastern went through the
Right. The MAP never notified of this. Nobody, none of the groups in the community were. And it pops up on one of the places in our community that we consider the heart of our community, which we had hoped to make a nice commercial area right there. Now we have a water pumping plant. And yes, and a cell tower. And landscape, but I was making the landscape, and I believe that was I'm not against this. But what I guess I'm saying is, you know, I would want to know more about this. Is this coming to a vote when?
It's going before the Senate subcommittee, I believe, next week. It's already gone through the House. It was passed at a very high rate in the House during the last summer. Now as it's going before the Resources Committee in the Senate, we would like to gain additional support from the neighboring committees. We've got the superintendent of schools who signed on, most of the local representatives, Kevin Jeffrey, Barbara Boxer's office.
Well, I'm supportive of recycled water. There's no question about it, but I guess what's in it for us? We've got this recycled water plant in our community. It's going to the schools. How can it, if there's some listings of parks on here or something that would benefit Wildomar, but there's nothing on there beside the school sites. And like I said, I'd like to know, the full breadth of this HR 31 and what all it says. That's my only comments.
John, correct me if I'm wrong, but as the lines get closer to our parks, we will be able to tap into that.
If you'll notice, there are several yellow dots on the map. The yellow dots represent areas that are either additional that ties initially or are in phase 2 or 3. It's the line that runs up Grant that ties in and also will support the park, major park that we have, Marno O'Brien Park. Those are just the very first phase of it. Once we can get HR 31 passed through, and once you get a bill that supports what you want to do, generally second, third, and fourth phases always follow through. Like anyone else, once you start on a project, the federal government likes to see it through to fruition. So this is just the phase 1 of these.
John's, my understanding that HR 31 is to get the funding to do this.
Yes, this is.
That's the whole intent is to have the funding in place to be able to use this water. It's there, it's available, the Little League ready to go. James did sit in on this meeting with Senator Boxer's staff, and they said there are 18 projects in line, why should we pick yours? And we talked about being a new city and how important it can be to the future of this city to have recycled water in our parks, in schools, and we're going to go here. So we need to keep it as economical as possible, and we need to keep it as green as possible. Recycled water is going to make all the difference in the world out here with our droughts and our drinking water and being able to take care of our community. HR 31 is very important in this community.
I understand the frustration with Eastern's project and how they put in the pumping system. And that's one of the reasons that we voted for cityhood, so we could have some control where those kinds of things don't happen. But with the station being there, if we don't run the line, we can't use what's already there in place. And this is money that we're trying to get given to us. It's not money that we're going to have to pay back. This isn't a loan. So if we can get a grant to actually use what's already in place, it's a better thing for the community all the way around.
I still would have liked to have this brought to us so we had time to study it rather than just being given a letter that says we throw our support behind something that I understand it's funding, I understand the purpose, but I'm very uncomfortable about having something like this set in front of me and being asked to sign it when I don't understand, when I haven't had a chance to review all the information. That's just my
I understand. And under normal circumstances, if I'd known sooner that they were trying to accomplish this, I was just informed by Greg today. I would have made sure that you guys all had copies of it, and you still will. It's just, I'm trying to move it ahead to where we can actually get it before the Senate so they can vote on it and move ahead.
John, the actual construction we're talking about here, that's going to be totally under the control of the EVMWD, or does the federal government or state have control over that?
It'll be an EVMWD project. It'll be part of our CEPO, which you'll be able to track it online at our website.
So if there were concerns about the way it was proceeding, EVMWD would have the authority to address those?
And then is the Water District going to be coordinating with our city in regard to construction schedules?
Yes. And I'm always available.
Okay.
I support it.
So there's just one, I think, error in the letter is all.
What's that error, Bridget?
Chairman Bigeman, it's supposed to be Johnson.
Chairman Johnson?
It's the last paragraph of,
Says thank you again, Chairman Bigeman, for taking the lead on this most significant recycled water project with the Elson Water Municipal District. It's supposed to be.
Yeah. If I could get it okayed for you to sign it and then get you a fresh one tomorrow to sign, that's correct. Would that be acceptable?
Well, we haven't voted on it yet.
Right.
That would be a thought.